Richard Adderholt spent more than a decade living on the streets of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He showed us around a levee where he sometimes slept, and then walked us down the railroad tracks and through a tangle of brush.
All right, that's where about four of us used to stay at a time. And it's kind of growed up on us. It does bring back some old memories, though.
I'll bet it does. And so you were living out here?
Yeah, I lived in a tent. I can't believe I was out here. Really can't, because I wasn't brought up this way.
Richard says since he lost his arm in a motorcycle accident, he got enough money from Social Security to rent an apartment.
It was that of my alcohol and drugs, and I chose my alcohol and drugs.
Then a little more than a year ago, people he called red shirts started coming by every week with breakfast.
When they came up, we had to hide our beer because, see, when I got up, I was drinking at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when I'd start.
The red shirts were volunteers from the Baton Rouge Dream Center, and they delivered food provided by Operation Blessing. They offer food to single moms and widows, neighborhood youth, and the homeless. Pastor Craig Boutte says most of their outreaches start with feeding people.
We're really just looking for an opportunity to be the hands and the feet of Jesus. And in most cases, it's going to lead off with some sort of resource that came from Operation Blessing.
Richard says every time they came out to his camp, the volunteers asked if he wanted to go to church.
I knew I could smell myself. So I know they could smell me, and I wasn't about to go into a church where everybody be doing like that toward me. So I never went.
But the team brought breakfast every week for the next 9 months.
They're very persistent.
Eventually, Richard got off of alcohol and drugs, started going to church, and even went through a church leadership program.
And now I'm one of the red shirts. I think that's pretty cool. I really do.
Today, he manages the church's home for former inmates and is one of the hardest working guys in the ministry.
When I got out of here, I was so deep in a hole. There wasn't no way I could get out by myself, so I had to be God help me get out of here.
And in Richard's life and many others, the transformation began with food from Operation Blessing and the Dream Center.
Man, all I can say, y'all are great. Thank y'all very much for helping.